Hey everyone, back again with another episode, part two now, um, of just working with animations in SwiftUI, right? So, like I said, for those who, I wonder why this didn't work. For those who, haven't seen what we're creating here, we go to press play, and what we're creating is just these animations, from page to page, and this little cool taskbar animation. So yeah, let's jump into it. So first and foremost, Um, I'm gonna first start with putting an offset x 1,000. Just copying this. Sorry, up here. And then I'm gonna start. So we have that off the screen. I'm gonna start calling our state var search equals false. I'm gonna come down here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bind it to the tab bar. Binding var search boolean. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna set up my home state as well. Home is false, and then profile state as well. Profile equals false. Alright, and then what I'm gonna do is come in here, let's copy this, add home, and add profile. Okay, so now this is complaining, which is not a big deal. We'll fix this, make this home, make this search, make this profile. Gotta tell this tab bar that is essentially extracted from this code, right? We pretty much made a shortcut for all this down here, and we're just calling these bindings through here so that any type of animation we have here, SwiftUI is going to talk to this tab bar, which is in our main view. So let's go ahead and let's start with the search page. So let's do search, and let's do 0, otherwise 1,000. And I'm just going to reference, and then dot offset, and it's going to be x profile, and I believe this is 2,000 over 0, minus 2,000, sorry. Just making sure. I'm going to be animating this stuff correctly, and we definitely want a dot animation dot spring in here so that it gives that fluent motion when animating. And then what else do we need? So we're going to go ahead and do the home as well. So dot offset is x search minus 1,000, otherwise 0. Come down, offset x profile minus 1,000, otherwise 0. Last but not least, add an animation dot spring. Love the spring animation. Then we're going to come in here and do the same thing for profile, and we're going to do profile 1,000. There's an error someplace. Oh. Whoops. Profile. Oh, 0, otherwise 1,000. And we're going to add a dot animation dot spring. Okay. All right, so we have our top part created. So pretty much what we've done is we've created these states, and what we're telling SwiftUI is, once we toggle these states, what I mean by toggle is we're going to call this search state once we click the search button here. And when that happens, we want the home page to go minus 1,000 this way, and we want the search page to come from 1,000 pixels to the right here back to the home page. And so we'll go ahead and handle that right now. So let me just space this stuff out. increase the size of this stuff for you guys. And I'm gonna space this out so you guys can visually see. It's gonna get a little, it's gonna be a lot of code in here. And I'm gonna just head down to the magnifying glass, which is right here. And we're gonna start with this stuff first. So the foreground color is gonna be search, and I believe this becomes dot white, otherwise gray. That's correct. And then we're gonna do a dot background, and this is gonna be color lit. And let's go ahead and let's grab this background. Okay, so now that we have the background, let me also add a dot corner radius of 20. And what I can do now is background is going to be search, otherwise we're going to want this to be white. So I'll go back to white here, as you can see. And then last but not least, we got to add an on tab gesture and self dot search and dot toggle. And then what we're also going to make sure is that home is false and self dot home equals false and self dot profile equals false. So pretty much what we're saying is when we tap this search button right here, we're going to make home false. We're going to make profile, both these states, false. And then we're going to toggle this search state and we're going to make it true. So if we go ahead and click play here, you can see it works, right? So what we're going to do now, is we're going to do the rest of the we're going to do profile, and then we're going to do home. So I'm actually going to copy this stuff here, and I'm going to make this profile. I'm going to make this profile, right? And come in here, make sure I have that all lined up. That is correct. And then we're going to just copy this same thing, and we're going to do profile and then search, right? That's what we have here, home and search, false. And then what we need to do is we need to do a lot to the home. So first and foremost, guys, I will be completely honest. There is one flaw to what I'm doing, and that flaw is if you look at this preview here, this home button, you know, we're on the home page, but it's not toggled. You actually have to click it in order for it to be toggled. The reason for that is if I didn't set this code like this, what I was having trouble with, as I'm still learning, and most of you guys know, it would stay with this, and you can see there's like this circle border as well. It just stays like this. If I don't you know, put this type of code in here, it's gonna stay purple, right? So this purple background is gonna be like this, right? But when I click this profile, this purple background stays on the home page, because SwiftUI starts getting a little confused when you start adding multiple types of states or elements that you're trying to animate. So what I did as just a quick fix is, like, you know, just to start, it's gonna not have a background. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna copy this, since it's a lot of code, and I'm just gonna place this right here, and I'm gonna explain it. So first and foremost, foreground color, when it's home, background is white, otherwise it's gray. Okay. Foreground, search, it's gray, otherwise it's purple. Okay. Foreground, toggling profile, purple, right? Now if I were to go like this, watch, right? And you see, like, that's not, we want it white, right? But like if I do this, and if I if I do something like this, right? So now what this is saying is, look, if home is toggled, I want it white, and even if it is toggled, it's still white. If home's toggled, it's background purple, otherwise it's still purple, right? So you would think, look, background, when search is toggled, it goes from, it's the background of this home button is usually purple, like we discussed, but when we toggle search, it's not. It goes back to white, right? So, with that being said, if I click this, see how that see, like we can't, okay? So I've tried multiple ways. So what we can do is this, I'm just gonna comment this out real quick. And what I'll do is I can even add a background and I'll just copy this, right? And then I'll close this. And then what I'll also do is I'll comment this out and I will do a foreground of dot white. Okay? So, you know, if I click this, still an issue. See? And if you guys can put in the comments how to fix this, I would greatly appreciate it. As you guys know, I am also trying to learn. I also tried something else as well. I came in here and I actually folded this H stack. Actually, I'm going to open this up real quick and I'm going to copy this. I'm just going to put this down here for a sec, and I'm going to copy this and I'm put this down here for a sec. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this, right? So I'm going to fold this and I'm just going to put a dot on up here. And oh no, I'm not going to put this here. I'm actually going to open this and I'm going to put a VStack. Yeah, I'm going to put it right here, right above where the on tab gesture is going to be. So on up here. Yeah. On up here, I'm going to take this code I copied here and I'm going to put it right in here. Right? Oh, my fault. I'm not. I'm going to do this. I'm going to come into on up here and I'm going to do self.home.toggle, right? Okay? So what this is pretty much saying, look, when this loads, run home, okay? So if I were to set home here and I get rid of this and I get rid of this and I put this back and I put this back, right? What's going to happen is let's just I'm gonna even test this, right? If I put this like this and I put this like this, right? So what this is saying is this. If home isn't toggled, it's going to be gray and the background's going to be white, which is exactly what we want. But if it is toggled, home's going to be white with a background of purple. Okay, so you think this would work, which means when search is toggled and profile is toggled, all these go into play with the home state, right? Everything goes to how we want it. Okay. Unfortunately, that is not the case. And here's what I mean. So I'm just thinking about this real quick. So when search is called, it's going to turn gray. Otherwise, we want it dot white. No, we want it gray. Now I'm confusing myself. And then when profile is toggled, we want it gray. Otherwise, you know, I'm gonna try this real quick. Dot white, okay, and then background. When home's toggled, it's definitely color, if not white. When search is toggled, it is background. These got to switch. So let's do. So let's just do some trial and error. Let's see if I can fix this live with you guys. All right, so from what I'm reading right here, if I'm reading this correct, what I'm reading right here is when home is toggled, which is right here, right on up here, the symbol's white, and then if home is not toggled, it will be gray. When search is toggled, it's gray. If not, it's white. If profile is toggled, the symbol's gray. If not, it's white. Background. If home is toggled, it's purple, as you can see right now. But if search is toggled or profile, it's white, but otherwise it is purple. So this should work, right? So search works, profile works, and then it looks like I fixed it. Okay, hold on. So let me do an alt tab gesture here, and self dot home dot toggle self dot search equals false, self dot profile equals false. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, look at that! It freaking works, man. I did it. Yeah, that was sick. All right, cool. The only thing is that there's this little circle, and that's something I cannot figure out. So if anyone has any insight, please let me know. But what we've just created is a custom tab bar. I'm actually gonna fold this, and what I'll do is I'll actually add a dot frame, and I'm gonna do a max width of dot infinity. Dot infinity. Make this a little bit more responsive. And what we have is, guys, like some custom animations. We have some custom transitions, and I think I might want that profile up a little. So what I can do is open this up, and this guy is right up there, and there's a padding of top. So maybe we bring it up to let's try like 30. And then if we go back to content view and we go back to profile, there, it looks a lot better. Cool. Well, let me know what you guys think. I'm more than happy to dive. Well, actually, this as well. It's kind of annoying. Let's just get rid of this. Can I do 5? Did that do anything? Okay, so let's go back to our content view. Okay, so minus 10, minus 5, minus, what about 0? 2? See, that's weird. Look at that huge gap. Let's just see how this looks real quick. I'll take that. I'll actually erase this. And what we can do instead is come in here, and we can do a padding dot top minus 5, 15. Bring this up. Perfect, 20. All right, guys, so this is it. This is it for my show here. We worked with scroll views. We worked with lazy VStacks. We worked with states. We worked with offsettings, adding states to offsets. We worked with padding. We worked with adding animation modifiers. We worked with binding stuff to other views or other structs in our file, and then binding it to the actual component, which is right here. Yeah, we've done a lot, and we've made separate pages, and yeah, I think what we have here is pretty cool. I mean, look at this, pretty fluent animation, custom tab bar at the bottom with some custom content. I know it's not much, I just put some stuff together, but hoping you guys really like this episode, and please comment, like, subscribe. It's what keeps me wanting to make these videos for you guys, and yeah, I really appreciate you taking time to watch the show.